Hello and welcome back to the World of Warcraft Legion beta. Today we will be doing the new spec for rogues, the Outlaw spec. This is my uh, actual favorite in the entire beta right now. Besides maybe Demon Hunters, but just because they're new. But Outlaw spec is incredible. We skipped the opening scenario. And we'll jump right to Dalaran where we can do our artifact quest.
Need help?
It is good to see you on your feet. The members of the Council of Six are recuperating from their ordeal. The intensity of the teleportation spell can be disorienting. It seems you lost consciousness for a time, but at least you didn't awaken to find yourself stuck in a wall. Dalaran has been relocated to the Broken Isles. From here, we will spearhead the effort to acquire the Pillars of Creation and drive the Legion from Azeroth once and for all. Turn this in, you'll get your Dalaran Hearthstone. This is basically your new Garrison Hearthstone, and 5 Tomes of the Tranquil Mind. Those are used to change your talents while you are out in the world, not in a city or any place where you'll be gaining rested XP, and also inside dungeons and raids as long as you're not in combat. So, as you can see, there's no quest for me to pick up, and, excuse me, none on the map. So what you have to do is run around a little bit here in Dalaran to get your bearings, and a quest will pop up. It'll walk up to you and get you going on your class hall quests and your artifact quests. And the rogues is quite close, so we'll kind of stay over here. And here we are.
Well met.
My masters gave me strict instructions to deliver this letter to you as quickly as possible. Its contents are for you and you alone. Good luck.
Have a good one.
We'll click on that here.
Your presence is requested in the Hall of Shadows at once. Enter the glorious goods storefront and utter "The Raven calls" to Red. He will show you the way. Come alone and ensure you are not followed. The eyes of the uncrowned are upon you.
Okay, and this is Glorious Goods. We are in right now. Here is Red. We'll just click on him.
Something?
The Raven calls.
Be careful.
And our door opens up. And this is the Hall of Shadows, the Rogues class hall. This is where you will spend a good bit of your time. You'll be in here setting your garrison missions, quote-unquote, off. The Giver of Beatings is there to meet us. Here's a blade merchant. Oop. Borrowing supplies. Vanishing powder. I remember that. Here's the black market liaison. No, this is the sewers. I think anyone can be in here at any time. There's our training dummies in there. But that's not what we're worried about. We are worried about going down here. And here we are.
Ah, there's our final member. Welcome to the crew.
The shadows call.
Your
Don't
reputation
worry.
precedes
They're
you.
friendlier than they look.
Apologies for the secrecy. We simply could
I'm
not risk
pleased
the
you
wrong
chose to
person
heed
finding
our
us.
call. We've discussed inviting you into our ranks for some time.
You walk into the halls of the uncrowned. We are the slayers of kings, the downfall of empires, the unseen blades that write the true history of this world. Seated before you are the shadows, the council which aims the blades of the uncrowned wherever our will demands. We have brought you here today with an offer. Take your seat as the final shadow and help us lead the uncrowned. What do you say?
We're offering you a seat at our table. Take it, and your questions will be answered. You have but to sit.
Smart choice.
We are the Shadows, leaders of the uncrowned. We employ a variety of methods to ensure the safety of Azeroth and to secure our rightful place within it. Not the least of these methods is secrecy. As our title suggests, we prefer to stay in the shadows. But the events at the Broken Shore have forced our hand. We haven't the time for subtlety. We invite you to this table because we are confident you have the skills it takes to face this threat directly, and to prevail. Settle in, then we can discuss the details.
Good to have a new face at the table. I was getting tired of Tethys's ugly mug. No offense, Tethys.
None taken. So long as you don't insult my face.
I have heard many tales of your accomplishments. I can't imagine half of them could be true.
You have my ear.
Welcome to the Uncrowned, Shadow. And you'll receive this item, the Uncrowned Insignia.
That insignia marks you as one of us. Carry it with you always.
For quite some time, we've been looking for someone who can operate outside these halls. You are the answer to that search. You will be the blade in the dark that vanquishes our foes. In order to do so, you require weapons capable of striking down the Legion's best. Greymane, Tethys, and Valera each have devised plans to obtain weapons worthy of the tasks to come. I suggest you hear each out before proceeding.
All according to... Consider your choice carefully.
Speak your mind.
Give me your ear, friend.
What's the matter? Never seen a princess who knows how to twist a blade?
Guaranteed to put worthy blades in them hands.
Oh, Lord. The RP. I plan to acquire
I'm close to locating a foe we've been hunting for years.
I'll wait.
With a bit of help, we can take her out and lay claim to her daggers.
The Kingslayers are the only way to ensure the Legion's end. Hear me out.
I plan to acquire the cursed daggers that took down King Lane Rin. Garona hid the Kingslayers for a good reason. Their power is not to be underestimated. I need your help to retrieve them. These storied blades are just what we need to destroy Gul'dan and his foul allies.
I wouldn't cross me if I were
Jarak
you.
spoke highly of you. He's a good friend to have. After the fall of Sargeras' hound Gormaw, his dreadlords took the beast's fangs and forged them into a pair of daggers known as the Fangs of the Devourer. It's said that they still carry the monster's blades, the monster's bite. Sargeras called upon one of his top assassins to wield the fangs, an Eridar named Akari Shadowgore. Despite our best attempts, we haven't been able to stop her.
Farewell.
What can I do for you? Just after the cataclysm, one of me best discovered a pair of golden cutlasses unlike you've ever seen. The moment Eliza touched them, she had a vision of herself conquering city after city, commanding a crew of lost souls. You may doubt such a grand tale, but it indeed came to pass. The Dreadblades have claimed countless souls, and now we're coming for them.
Take it easy.
That was my best attempt at being a pirate.
What is it?
So, we'll click on this, and that will bring up this UI. This gives you the option of picking your first artifact. You can, at some point, go back and get all three. They're very hard to keep up in item levels with three of them, but it makes it interesting. If you have an alt, or if you're someone that's not going to be raiding, all the time, or you're not in progression, you'll be able to get all three and kind of maintain them decently well. But for the purposes of this video, we're going for the Outlaw spec. The Dread Admiral Eliza is known as the Scourge of the South Seas. Many have learned to fear her cursed blades. We've tracked her anchored off the coast of Azuna in the Broken Isles. Her blades can be yours, and if you hurry. And there they are. Fate and Fortune. So we'll select that.
We operate where others cannot.
Pardon me.
You have my ear.
Well chosen.
All
That'd be
according
a
to plan.
fine choice. Come here. I'll share the finer details of my plan over a mug or two.
I'd like to offer you an accord. The Dread Admiral Eliza wields a pair of cursed blades that have made her the Scourge of the South Seas. She's also stole one of me best ships, the Horizon's Edge, and it has it anchored off the shore of Azuna as we speak. If you help me take back me ship, then her cursed blades are yours. Now, assuming the sounds agreeable, meet me aboard the Crimson Veil. We have her docked right in Booty Bay. Not a cheap arrangement.
Stop by and that's the spirit. I'll meet you in Booty Bay.
Okay, so we're going to be heading to Booty Bay. Sounds like a difficult place to get to, but it's really not that bad. Well, all we have to do is head back up top here in Dalaran. I don't know what the hell that is, but that scared me. I don't like it. Okay, so we'll head back up. Now you can add your regular Hearthstone to one of these areas ahead of time if you're worried about getting around as fast as possible. Me, I'm not so much worried about it. We do have some easy ways to get around just by going here into the center of Dalaran. As you can see, there's a little platform, new area here, Chamber of the Guardian. Step on this platform. This will take you down to the Chamber of the Guardian. And here's the portrait room. I won't talk too much about this. This kind of ruins a little bit of the flavor of the story, so we'll ignore this room. And here's the portal room. Here's the room that'll help us get to specific places. And what we want to find is the portal to Karazhan. Right here. There we go. It's a very useful room, especially if you're one of those players who likes to run old dungeons and stuff like that. Dalaran this time around really has a nice way of getting to those places. So there we go. And now we're going to fly down to Booty Bay. Which, as you can see, the Legion invasions are still happening here on the beta. I'm not sure if that's going to be happening while the beta is, or while the live servers go into Legion. So don't quote me on that. But as you can see, this is the brand new spec. This is the Outlaw Rogue. Basically a pirate type. A lot of fun. A hell of a lot of fun, I have to say. I haven't had fun on a rogue since the Burning Crusade expansion, but this iteration really breathes some new life into the spec. This replaced combat spec. As you can see, we still have assassination and subtlety. So Outlaw replaced the combat rogue. We still have things like Blade Flurry, which we'll talk about all these in the talents and the new abilities. Towards the end of the video, if you're interested in that and only that, and you don't want to watch the scenario, look in the description for annotations of the times you can skip to and see only those things. But for now, again, we're heading down to Booty Bay. This is one of the more fun scenarios. It's a little plain. It's not super interesting as some of maybe the Paladin scenarios or the Warrior scenarios are, but it's pretty fun. I like the Rogue class hall being so very close there in Dalaran. And yeah, I mean, we will be doing the other Rogue specs. If you were looking for those, I'll have those videos up hopefully shortly after I make this one. I'll be going through the other Rogue specs, and I have up videos for the Hunter, Paladin, and Warriors already. But this will be coming out on June 19th. You'll be able to try the spec out for yourself. So if you are interested and you do have an alt rogue or a rogue that you main, this spec is a hell of a lot of fun. I guarantee you're going to have a blast. I don't know if this will replace assassination as a top tier rating spec or anything like that, but let me tell you, it's a hell of a lot of fun, and people are running it like crazy in every dungeon I've seen so far, so it's a very good spec. It's a lot of fun. I know I've said that 5 times, but I have a blast every time I play it. Alright, and here we are. We finally made it to Booty Bay, so now you don't have to hear my voice over and over, talking about how cool and awesome everything is.
Listen up!
Where's he at?
Raise a mug for the Outlaw that's gonna take the Dreadblades from that blasted Eliza's cold, dead hands!
Aha, I knew you'd come.
Be seeing you.
I can promise you a safe journey to Eliza's position, but once we're there, well, we both know there'd be no guarantees. The plan is simple. We'll take the Crimson Veil as soon as we get her without being seen and disembark from there. Once we're ashore, we'll board the Horizon's Edge, bribe her mutinous crew and to hand it over, and hunt down Eliza and her legendary blades wherever she may be. Just say the word when you're ready.
Keep yourself, let me know when you're ready. Eliza won't know what's coming for her. Hoist the sails! Reel in the anchor! Ready yourselves, you salty dogs! Hasuna awaits!
Okay, here we are.
Let's get a move on. The Horizon's Edge be just over this ridge.
And we'll head over to the Horizon's Edge.
You sneak past the guards and make sure the first mate sees ours. I neglected to mention that the beach is crawling with landmines. Keep your eyes peeled. Good luck
I knew
out
that was
there.
going to happen.
I'll be watching for your signal.
Swat the dicks till they shine, you dirty bags of bones. The Dread Admiral demands perfection.
Okay, so here's First Mate Dagaza. The easy way to do this, obviously you're not going to kill him. He's got a ton of health. What you're going to do is you have this new ability, Bribe. That's what you have to do. Walk up to him, click Bribe.
Now that's an offer I can't refuse. Fall back to the temple. They can have this pile of driftwood.
And the Horizon's Edge is ours. It's very simple. It's pretty cool. I like the little flavor abilities they gave us. Now
The
we have
Horizon's Edge is ours, lads. Ain't she a beauty? You'll be finding Eliza in the temple ruins ahead. Keep your wits about you. Her whole crew's onto us now.
Okay, now you're going to head
We'll
up
provide
this
naval
direction
support as soon as we're up and running.
towards the Dread Admiral. Do not worry about this quest. This is actually quests in the zone. So, we're not worried about that. We're only worried about our artifact scenario, because we're in an instanced scenario right now. But always be on the lookout on the ground here. There are tons of landmines, and I think we're bugging right now and can't see anything. Hopefully we don't have too much of a problem.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
The last time I did this, there was a lot of mobs here, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. Hopefully we'll get up here and we'll be able to progress. Well, there's a mob. There's supposed to be something right here. Well, it's progressed us, but there's nothing here for us to do. Let's see how a reload works. Well, there goes Dread Admiral Eliza. Where is the mob? Okay. Well, he's here because he's hitting me, but I cannot see him. Alright, well, I'll be right back and see if I can figure out a way to fix this crap. So, okay, and we're back. Relog seems to have done a trick. We can see Lord Brinebeard now. So, what we did miss when walking up here, there are tons of mobs along that path, mines that you have to watch out for. So I'm sorry I'm not able to show that, but if you are going to be doing this scenario, be aware there are some mines on the ground, just walk around them, and there are some mobs that can see through stealth, so you have to just use distract and walk behind them. You'll be fine. When you do come up here, First Mate Dagaza and Lord Brinebeard are here with the Dread Captain Eliza, and obviously First Mate Dagaza dies, and we have to fight Lord Bronzebeard. He would attack us, and our ship is going to give us a little bit of an assault, so let's go ahead and just get started.
I need to get closer. I don't have a target.
Okay, simple enough. He does a little bit more damage than the last time I was here. Remember, though, I am in 680 gear. This is a template character. This is not mine. So you may have, you know, 700, 720, 740 gear. So this is a lot easier than it's looking right now. Also, I'm not a greatly experienced rogue by any means. So, you know, be aware of that. If you did notice, too, we don't have poisons anymore. I do want to point that out. So if you're thinking to yourself, how come you don't have poisons on? The Outlaw spec doesn't have them. But let's get rolling down here. And we'll eat up a little bit. Now, as you can see, there's the Raging Current there in the middle, and a couple of these Dread Squall Shapers that we have to kill. Messed that up a little bit, but not too bad. And we'll head around the room and get these other two. Make sure you don't get hit by this. This just throws you across the room and does a ton of damage. Much like the boss in one of the Pandaria dungeons.
Entire fleets, impenetrable fortresses have gushed rivers of blood by their will. To utter their name instills fear in sailors' hearts. They know no equal. I know no equal. Turn back now and you may yet live to tell the tale.
Oops, sorry, I forgot to mute myself so you can hear my keyboard warrior going on here. But we'll take these guys out and head down.
I need to target something first.
To go get our blades, which I believe are this way. Is this it? I think this is it. Yep. We are here. But of course, as was the case a minute ago, the mobs aren't. So, I'm going to cut again, and hopefully another relog will do the trick. So I'll be right... Okay, another relog did work. As you can see, now we're in the room, and there's Dread Admiral Eliza and Talgath the Demon. So let's go ahead and get started.
It will be my pleasure. I have already seen my destiny. You are not a part of it. I am the scourge of the seas, The fear in Sailor's heart. You are nothing!
I'm outraged.
Enough! I'll run you through!
I need to get closer. It's too far away. I need to target something first.
Oh, and it seemed glitched out a little bit there.
We can't hold him off forever! Get the lead out of your boots and get out of there!
What we did miss was a speech. For some reason, it's a little bugged out right now. I do apologize. There's a little speech between the demon and Dread Admiral. He tells her to kill us, that we've come for the Dreadblades, blah blah blah. But we do have the Dreadblades now. I'm sorry the scene bugged out there. It's been a laggy, bug-filled night here on the beta. But now we have to escape the dungeon so that we aren't buried alive along with the Dreadblades.
You made it out in one piece. Ah, and you have 'em. I've seen no finer swords in all my days.
Okay. So let's hop on our Bloodsail Griffin and we'll head back to Dalaran.
We'll sail to Dalaran. It's a short voyage from here. I'll meet you in the Hall of Shadows.
Now that we have our blades, as you can see, it put this button right here, the Curse of the Dreadblades, on our bar. Each of the artifacts for all the classes have some sort of activatable. I know at least one that has an activatable that you need to trigger by using your artifact power, but most of the weapons just give it to you as soon as you pick it up. And now we will head back to the Hall of Shadows to speak with our shadow friends and finish this all up. This is one of the shorter ones I've done. It doesn't take very long at all to do the Outlaw spec. It took a little bit longer because obviously we had a little bit of problems with the bugs, but hello.
I buy and trade. Be careful.
Oh yeah. You have to lay your insignia. That's part of what your insignia is for. Lay it on the table and he opens the door for you. But here we are, back into the Hall of Shadows. With all our rogue friends hanging out.
Hello.
There is there's someone down here in the rogue class hall that will give you a certain set. We'll look for that. I think that's... No, that's not it. He's somewhere in here. We'll find him. We'll definitely find him. And I'll show you the gear that you can get when you hit max level. But for now, let's finish up our quest.
Aye?
You did fine work today, lad.
Take it easy.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
What is it?
All has gone as planned. Your new blades are a testament to that. We will demand a great deal of you in the weeks and months to come, as we must. But we would be remiss if we failed to take a moment to celebrate a job well done. What do you say?
All according to plan. Here, here. I'd like to propose a toast. Today, this shadow secured the legendary Dreadblades, and in doing so, has enabled us to strike at the Legion directly. Join me in raising a glass, not only to our newest shadow, but to the dawn of a new era for the uncrowned.
Well done.
Something's off about this here brew. Ugh.
Vanessa? They say I died in the dead mines. Fools. It's all too simple to mimic the effects of death when your assailants' minds are addled with neurotoxins. Did you know that I was favored to become the final shadow? Yet despite their assurances, every single one of them put their lot in with you instead. It's a pity, really. Jirok did so much for me. He won't be happy when he comes to and finds you dead. Let's see how long you last. It's nothing personal. This is purely business. Come on. Show me the legendary fighter I've heard so much about.
I'm out of range.
No. I've worked too hard to be undermined by the likes of you.
It's too far away.
Stop! Stop! No more! Oh, my head. Valera, you okay?
Van Cleef, the Uncrowned still have a use for you. You have a choice. Live and serve as our newest Shadow's agent, or die where you stand.
Shockingly, I'd prefer to live.
Then it's settled. Congratulations. Van Cleef is one of our best, as you've seen firsthand. I trust you'll be true to your word, Vanessa. I'd hate to imagine your father being disappointed in you.
Perhaps the others were right.
Ooh, that got
You have my ear.
dark real quick. It seems you struck a nerve.
The Shadow's
The blades you
call.
wield are among the most powerful in all of Azeroth, but we must always remain 2 steps ahead of the enemy. Even now their armies grow in strength, and those weapons will make you a prime target for their assassins. Speak with Marin Noggenfogger in the Uncrowned Vault next door. He recently completed a project which you will find most intriguing.
Until next time.
So
What can
Vanessa
I do for you? Words are petty.
is our new
Nothing will
ally.
stand in my way.
Here we go. I think this is where we're supposed to be.
Is that the new shadow I see walking into my vault? Unfrickin' believable. Talk to me.
So, what can I do for you today, Master?
All's fair.
Power,
in
eh?
love
You bet. I got
and
just the thing.
business.
We managed to get our hands on a rare venom from an uncharted island deep in the South Seas. We captured as much of it as we could. I had my boys build a device that can inject the venom into weapons, but just in small quantities for now until we've got a better handle on its effects. Anywho, we got it locked up in a secure area just over there. You're free to use it. Shadow, for a price, of course.
Glad I could help.
Oh, we've got to convince him.
Time is money, friend. Hey, ooh, hey, I don't want no trouble. Go right ahead. Jeez.
And here is... Oh, that's pretty neat. So here is our artifact table. This is where you will put in your artifact power. As you can see, we have the Dreadblades now. And here is what we attained. The Curse of the Dreadblades. It's an instant cast on a 1.5 minute cooldown, which invokes the Curse of the Dreadblades, causing each saber slash or pistol shot to fill your combo points. However, the Dreadblades will consume 5% of our current health when you use a finishing move for the next 12 seconds. So, you're trading off a little bit of your health in order to deal a lot of burst damage. And that leads to the Cursed Edges, a 1 rank passive, increasing the damage dealt by our Saber Slash by 15%. As you can see, that costs 100 artifact power. Blizzard gives us 100 artifact power for the purposes of the tutorial, so we'll go ahead and add that in. And there we are. There are all of our traits that we are able to purchase. As you can see, there are 3 with Golden Dragon portraits around them. And we'll take a look at these. We'll go around and take a look at all of them. As you can see, these are 300 artifact power apiece. That is for the first rank. I don't know if they will change at any point, but I remember they were 300 artifact power for each of the three, and then they go up in price as you go on to the next one. So these will also go up by the percentages for each rank that you have in them. So just be aware of that. This is a Fate's Thirst, a 3-rank passive, increasing damage dealt by run through by 3%. Here we have Fatebringer, 3-rank passive, reducing the energy cost of finishing moves by 2. Here we have Ghostly Shell, a 3-rank passive. The Dreadblades heal you for 2% of your maximum health for each effect cleared by Cloak of Shadow or resisted during its duration. We have Greed, our first big passive. 1 rank. Run through occasionally awakens the Dreadblades, unleashing a sweeping attack against all nearby enemies for 9,052 physical damage and healing you for 16,002 per target hit. It's really powerful. Here we have Hidden Blade, a 1-rank passive. Successfully using Ambush guarantees your next Saber Slash will strike an additional time. Okay, so using Ambush, if you Saber Slash, it'll hit the target and the target next to it. Blade Dancer, 3-rank passive. Your energy regeneration is reduced by 3% less while Blade Fury is active. So you can have that up to 9%. So if you have Blade Flurry up, you'll be generating a decent amount of energy back. Fortune Strikes, a 3-rank passive. Combat potency generates 1 additional energy. Here we have Black Powder, a 3-rank passive. Increases damage dealt by between the eyes by 3%. And I believe that's this one here. That's our stun. That's our finisher that stuns. And we'll talk about all of these. And we'll look at this one. Blurred Time, a 1-rank passive. This is a big one. During Adrenaline Rush, our ability cooldowns recover 15% faster. So every time we pop Adrenaline Rush, all of our cooldowns will come back much quicker. Blade Master, a 1-rank passive. While Riposte is active, you gain 1 combo point each time you parry an attack. Here's Fortune's Boon, a 3-rank passive. Reduces the cooldown of Adrenaline Rush by 10 seconds. So you'd have 30 seconds there. That would bring that down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Here's Gunslinger, a 3-rank passive. Increases the critical strike chance of pistol shot by 3%. And Deception, a 1-rank passive. Activating Sprint causes Feint to activate for no energy cost. Fortune's Strike, a 3-rank passive. Increases damage dealt by main gouge by 2%. Which, what is main gouge? I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm confused. I'll have to look that up. That's a new one. Okay, and then we have Blunderbuss, a 1-rank passive. When Saber Slash strikes an additional time, there is a 33% chance your next pistol shot will be replaced with Blunderbuss. Blunderbuss draws a concealed blunderbuss and fires a quick shot at the target, dealing 12,810 damage and reducing the target's movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds, and will award 1 combo point. Okay, you've seen up here, we have these 3 slots. One does not open until your Rogue Order campaign in your class hall is finished, so you don't have to worry about this one right off the bat. These 2 you'll gain relics for while you are questing, doing world quests at 110, also while doing dungeons, and also raids. So when you put these in, they will add item levels to the Dreadblades or any of your artifact weapons that you have. They will also add ranks to some of these. So if you have 3 of 3 Gunslinger and this one adds 2, you'll have 5 of 3 Gunslinger. These cannot be taken back out. Once they are in permanently, and if you want to replace them, you just drag, put it over top, and they will disappear. The one inside will disappear. So make sure you're paying attention to what you're putting in, and the one that you want to replace is something that's nowhere near as powerful as the one you're putting in, or that you definitely want to put something over top of it. As you can see here, there's a number 1 here in the corner. Every time you purchase a trait, you put a point into one of these, you'll gain a passive 0.75% stamina up to 34 times. So we have a 1 there now, and we can go up to 34 there to gain a little bit of extra stamina. Healers and tanks also will gain passive 1% damage for each of their things, but the damage specs do not. Okay, so I just want to show you also, you can shift click in your inventory to bring that up, shift right click. You can bring this up and add your relics in anywhere in the world, but you are unable to put artifact power into your weapons anywhere in the world except for right here at the Crucible of the Uncrowned and bringing this up. So make sure you're not coming back every 5 minutes to put in artifact power. You know, gain a little bit of it, then come back and do it. Don't just come back for no reason. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Alright, let's go back to Mara Noggenfogger.
Yo!
Hey, don't even mention it, pal. I'm here for you anytime you need anything. Seriously, though, don't mention it. There are some folks that would do anything to get their hands on this stuff.
Can't you see I'm busy
Look,
here?
I won't tell you how to live your life. Not for free anyways, but I will pass along one bit of advice. Don't do an ounce of work if you can find some sucker to do it for you. There's a communal, bulletin board, let's call it, right outside the tavern. My buddy Nikki can help you get just about anything using that board. You should hit her up.
Hurry back! Oh, hey, while you're there, could you let Nikki know she has 3 days left to pay up? I'm not running a charity over here.
So let's head over there, and we'll show you that. Here's Nikki.
Well, spit it out.
I don't know nothing about nobody. Oh, who am I kidding? I know everything about everybody. How's it going, Shadow?
Yeah, what do you want?
Word is you're heading down to the Broken Isles. Is that true? Soon as news got out about the place, we combed through every book, tome, and paper we could get our hands on. We put together quite the report. You should take a look. While you're here, this board is where the magic of the Uncrowned happens. You can put a bounty on a king's head, offer a reward for fell silk cloth. Just jot down your latest whim, and your agents will take care of it.
Be good.
So we'll click on this UI right here. And this brings up where we'll pick our assault point. You can pick any of these zones. All of these zones are level 100. They level with you. It does not matter where you start or where you finish. They will be the exact same level as you go. So don't worry about, oh, what one do I want to do first? Just pick it. Doesn't matter. They're all going to be of the same difficulty as you go through. Suramar, obviously, this zone right here is 110. You don't have to worry about this one. You can't do this until you hit 110. So just for the purposes of this and to get this going, we're going to just pick Stormheim. There we go.
Hey,
Right
how you
choice.
doing?
We have tons of intel on that place.
What, I can help?
And as you can see, also here at the top, we have this nifty little piece to the UI, the Hall of Shadows, that lets us know we're in our class hall. Right here is our order resource notification. This will tell you how many you have. Make sure you're picking these up, keeping these, and holding on to them, unless you need to do your class quests. Those are very important to get done as soon as possible. Oop, almost fell in the water. Here are our training dummies. This is where you'll be able to come and do some attacking, check out your damage. But here's our quartermaster. This is who I was talking about earlier.
Hey!
Kelsey Steelspark. As you can see, we'll sell a few pieces to these junks. There we go. As you can see, there is a set here. There is a cool set of gear that we can get. We'll take a quick look at it. This is the Uncrowned set. This is basically your blue set. This is your set before the dungeons. This is the tier 0.5, I guess you would call it. It's very good if you are doing this as an alt or something like that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend dumping a whole bunch of gold into this if you are someone who's going to be doing raiding and you're going to be doing lots of heroics and stuff, because you will get pretty good gear. Some of it is worth getting, maybe the shoulders and the belt, you know, the 2 840 pieces. The rest you can upgrade through using your order resources, but it is good if you're having trouble getting order resources or you can't spend a lot of time playing, to hold on to those for something else that is useful in your class hall. So just be aware that that's there. Take a look at it, keep an eye on it. If you have tons of time to spend, you can go ahead and purchase that. So this is our class hall. Little look around. Pretty nice. There is something I wanted to show you, but I haven't been in this class hall very much, and I don't know where it is. There are purchasable traits for you, particularly in your class hall. What in the world is this? I don't know what we just did. Huh. Okay. Well, we're not I apologize. We're not in our class hall anymore. And apparently we can't go back in that way yet. So that was unfortunate. What I was talking about is there is something in our class hall. I don't have access to it right now because I can't. Obviously, we're not in there, and I couldn't find it. Where you're able to do upgrades for your character in particular. We want to do that as fast as possible. The first tier take 2 hours to get a hold of. You need 50 resources to get that done. The second tier take 4 hours, and there are things that will affect your garrison. Could affect your garrison missions. Could affect you out in the world. And of course, in the very last tier, the super important ability to have 2 legendaries on at any given time. We'll see if we can find where this person is, so I can show you the UI for that. If we can't, I'd be very upset. I'm really hoping to show you this, because it's very important to get that done as fast as possible. Who are you? You're not who I'm looking for. What is that? Nothing. Should be somewhere here. Alright, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Maybe it's here.
Any friend of Greymane's a friend of mine.
That's not it. I'm so sad. It hasn't been very hard to find anywhere else. Okay. Yeah, I've talked to a couple people. Unfortunately, it doesn't open up right now until you've done a couple quests, which I'm not going to be able to do here for this video. Just be aware when you do come in, class hall upgrades, super important. You'll have an opportunity. It'll kind of walk you through. It'll tell you to go back and start that right away. So that's something you should be paying attention to as soon as you get into your quests. When you're done with your first zone, get inside and make sure you're starting those class hall upgrades. So I'm sorry I couldn't show you the UI for that, but it will be in here after you've done a little bit of questing. All right, now that we're done with that, and took a look around our class hall a couple of times with me wandering, let's take a look at the talents for the Outlaw Rogue. In the 15 tier, we now have Ghostly Strike. Strikes an enemy with your cursed weapon, dealing 10,932 physical damage and causing the target to take an additional 8% increased damage from your abilities for 15 seconds. It awards 1 combo point. Swordmaster, a passive. Saber Slash has a 15% increased chance to strike an additional time. And then we have Quick Draw, a passive. Free uses of Pistol Shot granted by Saber Slash now generate 1 additional combo point and deal 100% increased damage. By the way, none of this is, optimized. This is just what I ran with for the purposes of the video. In the 30 tier, we have Grappling Hook. Launch a grappling hook and pull yourself to the targeted location on a 30-second cooldown. Acrobatic Strikes, a passive, increasing the range on all your melee attacks by 3 yards. And then Hit and Run, a passive, increasing your movement speed at all times by 15%. In the 45 tier, we have Deeper Stratagem. You may have a maximum of 6 combo points. Your finishing moves consume up to 6 combo points, and your finishing moves deal 12% increased damage. And we have Anticipation, another passive. You may have a maximum of 8 combo points. Finishers still consume a maximum of 5. So, if you get a free use of Pistol Shot and you're at 5, you can use that and then use your finisher and then still have 2 combo points. So these are all really useful. And then Vigor, another passive, increasing your maximum energy by 50 and your energy regen by 10%. I think maybe this might be the best, but I have no idea. I mean, Deeper Stratagem, Anticipation both look really good too, so you rogues will be able to min-max that. I'm sure somebody who's much better at playing a rogue than me will have that down pat. At the 60 tier, we have Iron Stomach, passive, increasing the healing you receive from Crimson Vial, healing potions, and health stones by 30%. Elusiveness, a passive. Your feint also reduces all damage you take from non-area of effect attacks by 30% for 5 seconds. And then Cheat Death. Fatal attacks instead reduce you to 7% of your maximum health. For 3 seconds afterwards, you take 85% reduced damage. It cannot trigger more often than once every 2 minutes. In the 75 tier, we have Parlay, which will replace Blind, and it's on a 20-second cooldown. It will pacify a target not in combat, who is forced to negotiate instead of fighting for 5 minutes. This only works on humanoids, demons, and dragonkin. Damage caused will break the peace. You can only have one target parlayed at a time. We have Prey on the Weak, a passive enabling, enemies disabled with your Blind, Gouge, Chief Shot, or Sap take 10% increased damage from all sources. Dirty Tricks, a passive Gouge, Blind, Chief Shot, and Sap no longer cost energy. And then we move on to the 90 tier. We have Cannonball Barrage, on a 1 minute cooldown, and it is instant cast, commanding a ghost ship crew to barrage the target area with cannonballs, doing 36,600 physical damage over 1.8 seconds, and slowing enemies by 50% for 1.5 seconds. So basically, if you're a League of Legends player, this is Gangplank's ultimate now. And then we have Alacrity, a passive. Your finishing moves have a 20% chance per combo point to grant 1% haste for 20 seconds, and this stacks up to 25 times. This seems really good. This really does seem like a good ability, especially if you're a raider and you're going to be in a fight that has a lot of uptime where you're just sitting on the boss. You're able to move around. You don't got to go in and out over and over. That could be really useful. That could be really, really useful. I particularly like Cannonball Barrage just because I'm a nerd and one of my favorite champions in League of Legends is Gangplank. So, and then we have Killing Spree. On a 2 minute cooldown, teleport to an enemy within 10 yards, attacking 7 times over 3 seconds for 10,259 physical damage with your main hand and 5,130 physical damage with your offhand. While Blade Fury is active, each Killing Spree attack will teleport to and damage a different nearby enemy target. So this is the one that everybody was making videos of, where they were, flying around, and it was obnoxious. And in the 100 tier, we have Slice and Dice. When you take this, it replaces Roll the Bones. It costs 25 energy and costs up to 1 to 5 combo points. A finishing move that consumes combo points to increase attack speed by 75% and lasts longer per combo point, obviously. Just the way it is on live in terms of how long it'll last. Marked for Death, it's the same as it is on live. It's on a 1 minute cooldown. It instantly generates 5 combo points, and the cooldown resets if the target dies within a minute. And then we have Death from Above, 25 energy and 1 to 5 combo points on a 20-second cooldown. Finishing move that empowers your weapons with shadow energy and performs a devastating 2-part attack. You whirl around, dealing up to 11,180 damage to all enemies within 8 yards, then leap into the air and run through your target on the way back down with such force that it has a 50% stronger effect. Out of that tier, I like Slice and Dice the least. Roll the Bones is extraordinarily powerful, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. I like Marked for Death. I'm lazy. I like to just be able to pop combo points on something. Death for Above may be really good in AoE situations, but I feel like Slice and Dice is the one that really stands out as the worst in that particular area. So let's take a look at the abilities that we're given. We have Blade Flurry. It's the same as it is on live. While active, your melee attacks also strike all nearby enemies for 35% of normal damage, but your energy regen is reduced by 20%. It lasts until cancelled, and that's what the animation looks like when we pop it. We'll take that right back off. And then we have Parlay. Pacifies. This is what replaced Blind. Unfortunately, I don't think I can use that on anything in here. We'll try. Yeah, we can't use it. Essentially, it's just Blind. They'll just stand there. Instead of, doing one of these. It's really fun. It's cool. It's a little flavor. Then we have Grappling Hook. We talked about one of the talents. Let's take a look at that. So we throw our Grappling Hook. Pulls us over. Really cool. Kind of a mini charge. Like a replacement for Shadow Step. And then we have Cannonball Barrage, which we talked about. I'm going to show you this. I love that. I absolutely love that. Like I said, if you're a League of Legends fan, that's Gangplank's ultimate there for you. I love it. I absolutely love it. And we'll switch, as soon as this is done, I'll switch to Killing Spree and show you that one. Then we have Adrenaline Rush. That's what we do now. Give out a little yell. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Mark for Death we talked about already. Bribe. We use that. This is one of the new abilities you get with Outlaw. It's incredible. I love this one. It's on a 30-minute cooldown, so it does have a long cooldown. But it bribes a non-player humanoid target up to level 101 with Fool's Gold, convincing it to fight for you for 5 minutes. So every 30 minutes, you'll be able to bribe a target to fight for you for 5 minutes. So that's pretty cool. But it does have to be a humanoid target. I did fail to mention too, through getting followers in the Hall of Shadows for your class order hall, you will be able to take one out with you. They're called combat allies, so you can end up having, you know, your permanent combat ally that you have, as long as you don't send them out on a mission, and then you could bribe a target, so you could technically have, you know, a couple of pets with you as a rogue. Vanish is the same. Boom, nothing spectacular there. Sprint hasn't really changed. Same animation. A little bit of a trail behind you. Cloak of Shadows, boom. Nothing too spectacular. Parlay, or I'm sorry, not Parlay, Riposte. Gives you 100% parry chance to parry for 10 seconds, and each time you parry an attack, you will riposte the target for 6,035 physical damage. Cannot occur more often than once per 1 second. So, and that's on a 2-minute cooldown. So that's a cool ability. If you pull one too many things, so you and your follower, and then your maybe bribe target can get a little bit of damage on. And then Feint performs an evasive maneuver, reducing damage taken from area effect attacks by 50%. Boom. Just do a little spinny spin. And then we have our basic abilities. We have Saber Slash. It costs 50 energy. It's an instant cast. Causes 20,821 physical damage, and Saber Slash also has a 35% chance to make your to strike an additional time, which makes your next pistol shot free. So we'll take a look at our Saber Slash ability here. Boom. That's Saber Slash. There's the second attack, which made our pistol shot free. We'll take a look at that. Boom. Nothing too spectacular about that, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Pistol Shot. It draws a concealed pistol and fires a quick shot at the enemy, dealing 11,540 physical damage, and reduces the movement speed of the target by 50% for 6 seconds. It also awards 1 combo point, and on the free shot, as we have here, you'll get a second shot. Then we look at the Cannonball Barrage. Here is our new finishers. We have Run Through, lunging finishing move that causes damage per combo point and has increased range. This is Execute, essentially, for this spec. So let's get a couple combo points lined up. There we go. And now here is our other new one. Roll the Bones, a finishing move that rolls the dice of fate, providing a random combat enhancement, and it lasts longer for each combo point. So this is the bread and butter. They have quite a few different ones. As you can see, this is attack speed increased by 40%, and we have 10% increased leech for the amount of time that this is up. Now, we add some more points here. Use it again. We got Shark-Infested Waters, critical strike increased by 40%. Broadsides, your attacks generate 1 additional combo point, and we have Grand Melee still. So you can see that. We'll get a couple combo points here. Boom. Replaced ours with Jolly Roger. Saber Slash has an additional 40% chance of striking an additional time. So as you can see, we're getting a lot of hits there. So Roll the Bones, really cool. It sounds like, oh, but what if I get something I don't want? As of recently, they got rid of the only one that did that wasn't super useful in combat, which was Jolly Roger. It used to give you a heal over time. Now it gives you a really good percentage chance to get a second hit on Saber Slash, which then, of course, gives you a second pistol shot. If you're the spec that I am, it's incredible. It's really good. Roll the Bones is great. Which is why I don't suggest taking a Slice and Dice, because it replaces the cool bonuses you get from that, just for the increased attack speed all the time. And then we have Between the Eyes. This is basically our kidney shot. It does damage finishing move that deals damage with your pistol and stuns the target. Critical strikes with this ability deal 4 times normal damage, and as you can see, with 5 points, it should be around 15,000 damage and stun for 5 seconds. So, boom, there's a 5-second stun and dealt a good bit of damage. And then we have the Curse of the Dreadblades. Obviously, we talked about that. This will fill our combo points. Boom. Use an ability, lose some health. Use an ability, lose some health. And it's off. As you can see, we lost about 20% of our health there, doing a lot of damage in that period of time, but we lost a little bit of health. That might go well with, of course, this new ability, Crimson Vial. It costs 30 energy, it's on a 30-second cooldown. Drink an alchemical concoction that heals you for 30% of your maximum health over 6 seconds. Boom, so heal over time. Basically, recuperate. And Kick is the same, Gouge is the same, and we still have Tricks of the Trade. So those are all of our abilities. That's everything that the Outlaw Rogue has. Oh, and we forgot to look at Killing Spree. We'll look at that real quick.
I need to get closer.
I do need to get closer. Let's try and find too close to one another. There they are. There you have it. That was Killing Spree, kind of just teleporting around the room like a madman and hitting everything in sight. This spec, I have to say, along with these really cool sabers, thank you for walking in my way, these really, really cool looking sabers is one of my favorites. I absolutely adore the Outlaw spec. If you play this, if you have some time on July 19th when these go live on the servers, or at least they're supposed to go live on the servers, are predicted, you're going to have a great time with this spec. You're going to have a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun in PvE. It's a lot of fun in PvP. You know, just grappling hook around the damn room. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay. It's kind of like Heroic Leap. You can't just jump up the wall to something. So if you were hoping for that, you can't. But it will get you in and out of a fight pretty quickly. This spec is crazy. I love it. I absolutely love it. Give it a chance when it goes live. If you're a Rogue player, give it a chance when it goes live. You'll really have a good time. But again, thank you everyone for joining me for another video. I hope I was able to provide you with a little bit of information on this spec before it goes live and you have a chance to play it for yourselves. If you could leave a like or a comment and let me know what you liked or disliked about the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day or a wonderful evening, and I hope to see you again soon.